Hello everyone! In this video we're going to learn how to crochet this Dreamweaver flower teabacks, the Lotus style. The whole piece is divided into 3 sections. The first section is the base piece of the main part. Once the crocheting is finished, sew on decorative small pearls, buttons, and tassels. The second section is the Lotus flower part. After crocheting, sew it onto the main part. The third section is the 3D decorative small flower part. After crocheting, sew a decorative pearl in the center position, and finally sew it onto the main part. Now let's start crocheting. First, let's crochet the bottom tie part. Hold the yarn with your left hand, yarn over clockwise with the crochet hook, and pull the yarn through to make a chain. Once the foundation chain is done, continue by crocheting 6 chain stitches. After completing the 6 chain stitches, yarn over the hook 3 times. Insert the hook into the half loop, the top half stitch of the first chain stitch. Pull through the yarn and work a triple crochet stitch. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops repeatedly. This completes the first chain space. Next, continue crocheting 12 chain stitches. Once the 12 chain stitches are done, yarn over 3 times. Insert the hook into the half loop of the 6th stitch from the end, in this case, the half loop of the 6th stitch. Pull through the yarn and crochet a triple crochet stitch. This completes the second space. Continue with the same crocheting method, crochet 12 chain stitches. Yarn over 3 times, and insert the hook into the half loop of the 6th chain from the end. Pull through the yarn and work a triple crochet stitch. This completes the third space. Continue using the same method to make 9 spaces in total. Once the 9 chain spaces are done, the first round is complete. Now move on to the second round. Chain 5 stitches as the beginning chain. Here, these 5 chains count as 1 triple crochet stitch. Place a stitch marker in the 5th chain stitch position. This position marks 1 triple crochet stitch. Next, yarn over and crochet 1 chain stitch. Yarn over 3 times. Insert the hook into this space and crochet a triple crochet stitch. Chain 1, then yarn over 3 times again, and crochet another triple crochet stitch. Chain 1. From now on, repeat the pattern of 1 triple crochet stitch followed by 1 chain stitch. Including the beginning chain group, a total of 10 groups need to be crocheted. Once the 10 groups are done, move on to the next chain space. Yarn over. When crocheting, check the braid to make sure it is positioned correctly, with the V shape facing straight. Crochet into the post of the triple crochet stitch. Work 1 double crochet stitch, then 1 chain stitch. Continue with 1 double crochet stitch and 1 chain stitch. Repeat this pattern of 1 double crochet stitch and 1 chain stitch 5 times. After completing the 5 groups, continue to the next chain stitch. First, make sure the V-shaped braid is facing straight. When crocheting, work into the post of the triple crochet stitch. Yarn over 3 times. Crochet 1 triple crochet stitch. 1 chain stitch, then yarn over 3 times again and crochet another triple crochet stitch. 1 chain stitch. Continue crocheting following this pattern of 1 triple crochet stitch and 1 chain stitch for a total of 10 times. Once the 10 groups are done, insert the hook into the next chain space and crochet 1 double crochet stitch. 1 chain stitch, 1 double crochet stitch, 1 chain stitch. Repeat this sequence 5 times. After that, follow the pattern of working 2 chain spaces as one group, and repeat the same crochet pattern. In total, crochet 4 times. Once the 4 groups are completed, move on to the last chain space. Yarn over 3 times. Crochet 3 triple crochet stitches into this last chain space. 1 chain stitch, then continue crocheting 3 triple crochet stitches, 1 chain stitch. Follow this same pattern of triple crochet and chain stitch from now on. Repeat the pattern, crocheting a total of 20 groups. Once 20 groups are done, simply turn to the other side. Start crocheting from the next chain space. Insert the hook and begin. Crochet 1 double crochet stitch, 1 chain stitch, then yarn over and continue crocheting 1 double crochet, 1 chain stitch. Repeat this pattern 5 times. Once 5 groups are completed, yarn over again. Insert the hook into the next chain space to continue crocheting. On this side, crochet 3 triple crochet stitches corresponding to the part below, then 1 chain stitch. Repeat this 10 times, then move on to the next chain space. Similarly, match the 5 groups on the other side. 1 double crochet, 1 chain stitch, repeat 5 times. Then continue crocheting by matching each part on the other side accordingly. After completing the last chain space, join with a slip stitch at the 5th chain stitch position of the beginning chain. That's the position marked by our stitch marker. When joining with a slip stitch, pick up 1/2 of the braid, along with the raised bump on the wrong side, and join them together. Once the slip stitch is completed, the second round is done. Next, we'll start crocheting the third round. Before we begin, slightly lengthen the loop on your hook. Insert the hook into the next chain space, and join with a slip stitch, then bring the yarn to this chain space. Crochet 2 chain stitches, which count as 1 incomplete double crochet, then yarn over and insert the hook in the same position to crochet another incomplete double crochet. Crochet another incomplete double crochet in the same position. This creates 3 incomplete double crochets, then yarn over and pull through all loops at once, to complete a bobble stitch made of 3 incomplete double crochets. The V shape on top is the stitch of the first bobble stitch. Mark it with a stitch marker. Next, crochet 3 chain stitches to complete a chain space. Then yarn over again to demonstrate once more. Insert the hook into the next chain space, and crochet a bobble stitch of 3 incomplete double crochets. Crochet 3 chain stitches, and the second chain space is completed. Continue crocheting a bobble stitch and 3 chain stitches following the same method as the first 2 chain spaces. Repeat this pattern until you reach the last chain space position. That means repeating the process 9 times in total. After completing 9 groups, insert the hook into the middle double crochet stitch of the 5 double crochets, and crochet a single crochet. Then crochet 3 chain stitches. This completes the first group of the pattern. For the following sections, repeat the pattern of 1 bobble stitch followed by 3 chain stitches 9 times. Crochet a single crochet in the middle double crochet of the next 5 double crochets, then 3 chain stitches. Repeat this sequence as one group throughout. When you reach the last group remaining, crochet a bobble stitch followed by 3 chain stitches in this chain space. In total, you will repeat this pattern 19 times. After completing 19 repetitions, continue by inserting the hook into the middle double crochet stitch, and crocheting a single crochet, followed by 3 chain stitches. Next, continue crocheting a bobble stitch, and 3 chain stitches inside the chain space. Match the pattern on this side, and repeat the sequence accordingly. After completing the last group, join with a slip stitch into the first bobble stitch of the round. Once joined, the third round is completed, and we can now start the fourth round. Pull the loop on the hook longer, then insert the hook into the next chain space. Bring the yarn into this chain space, and make a chain stitch as the starting chain. Insert the hook from the same chain space, and crochet 2 single crochets and 2 chain stitches. Return to the position where the single crochet was connected, and slip stitch to join. This completes a picket of 2 chain stitches. Next, insert the hook into the same position, and crochet 2 single crochets. This completes the first chain space. Then, insert the hook into the next chain space, and crochet 2 single crochets followed by a picket of 2 chain stitches. 2 single crochets. This completes the second chain space. Continue crocheting the remaining chain spaces following the same method as the first 2 groups. Keep crocheting until reaching this position, for a total of 8 repetitions. After completing the 8 chain spaces, insert the hook into the next chain space, and crochet 2 single crochets. Crochet 1 single crochet into the stitch of a single crochet, then insert the hook into the next chain space, and crochet 2 single crochets. The position where we joined is where we crocheted 5 single crochets. This completes the first group's pattern. Repeat the same pattern as the first group for a total of 4 groups. When reaching the last group to crochet, sequentially crochet 2 single crochets, a picket of 2 chain stitches, and 2 single crochets into this chain space. Repeat this pattern 18 times. After completing the crocheting, the chain space below corresponds to the chain space on this side. Sequentially crochet 2 single crochets into it. Crochet 1 single crochet into the single crochet position, and 2 single crochets into this position. A total of 5 single crochets are crocheted on this side, and sequentially matched up with the other side to complete the crocheting. After completing the last stitch, join with a slip stitch into the first single crochet stitch. Once the slip stitch is done, crochet 1 chain stitch and then cut the yarn. Next, thread the yarn tail into the half braid of the last single crochet stitch. Weave it to the wrong side to hide the yarn tail, and trim off the excess yarn tail. Once the yarn tail is trimmed, the bottom base piece is completed. Next, we'll take a strand of yarn and thread it through a finer sewing needle for adding purl decorations. When decorating, insert the needle from any picket stitch group. Thread a purl onto it. Here, we tied a simple knot at the end of the thread, so just loop it into the knot. This way, we sew 1 purl onto each picket stitch. After completing the sewing, we'll bring the thread from the wrong side to the position of the next picket stitch. Then bring it back to the front side. Thread a purl onto it. Following the same method, move to a position close to the next picket stitch. Continue this way, attaching 1 purl to each picket stitch for decoration. Keep sewing until reaching the connecting area. From the last completed sewing point on the wrong side, pick up any thread. Secure the yarn tail slightly. Then, pick through the back side one by one, going through the positions of the single crochet stitches. Transition the yarn to the first picket stitch of the next pattern group. Once it's through, gently pull the yarn to let it settle into a natural position. Don't pull it too tight like this, or the base piece will pucker. Instead, leave it a bit loose like this. Then thread a purl onto the yarn. After that, continue in the same way, moving the yarn to the next picket stitch. When the yarn sewn onto the current stitch isn't long enough to continue, simply pick up any nearby thread on the wrong side, and secure it with a double knot. Once it's secured, thread it into the single crochet stitch to hide the end neatly. Then pull another strand of yarn and continue sewing. The method for sewing the purls is the same as before, please complete it on your own. Once the purls are sewn on, proceed to attach a button. When sewing, position it in the middle, and pass the yarn through the hole. Next, prepare the tassels. Take a piece of yarn, about 20 centimeters long, and thread 2 strands. Insert the yarn into the tassel. In the same way, thread all 3 tassels. Once all 3 tassels are threaded, it's time to secure them onto the main part. To secure them, first locate the middle motif on the main part. We'll position it in the middle of these 8 picket stitches. 4 on this side, 4 on that side, and then insert the hook at this position. First, pass through 1 tassel. Once this tassel is secured, secure the other 2 tassels at these 2 positions. The method is the same, please complete the rest on your own. Once all the tassels are secured, the main part is complete. Next, we'll crochet the lotus flower. Hold the yarn in your left hand and wrap it around your middle finger once. Insert the crochet hook into the loop, pull through the yarn, and make a chain stitch as the beginning chain. After completing the beginning chain, insert the hook into the starting loop, and work 6 single crochets in sequence. Once the 6 single crochets are complete, tighten the loop. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch's loop. Once the slip stitch is complete, the first round is done. Next, we'll work the second round. Make a chain stitch as the beginning chain. Insert the hook into the first stitch, and work a single crochet increase. Then insert the hook into the second stitch, and continue with another single crochet increase. Repeat this pattern 6 times, meaning repeat around the entire round. After completing the last stitch, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Once the slip stitch is complete, the second round is done. Now we'll work the third round. For the third round, we'll pick the front half loop. That is, the half loop closest to us will be used to crochet the first layer of the petal. Chain 2, yarn over, and insert the hook into the first front half loop. That is, the half loop closest to us, and work a double crochet. Next, yarn over twice, insert the hook into the next front half loop, and work a treble crochet. Then chain 2 for the hook tooth. Start by chaining 2. Insert the hook into the 2 vertical lines at the connection point, and join with a slip stitch. Once the slip stitch is complete, yarn over twice again with the hook and continue. Still insert into the same side loop of the half braid, and work a treble crochet. After the treble crochet is complete, yarn over and insert into the next half braid stitch. Work a double crochet, chain 2, and join with a slip stitch in the same stitch. Once the slip stitch is complete, insert into the next stitch and slip stitch, bringing the yarn to that stitch. This completes the first petal. Now let's start the second one. Hook 2 chains as the starting chain, and insert the hook into the same position to work a double crochet. Once the double crochet is complete, yarn over twice with the hook. Work a treble crochet into the next half side braid, followed by a picket of 2 chains. 1 treble crochet. Then work a double crochet into the next half side braid, chain 2. Still insert the hook into the same position and slip stitch. Once completed, insert the hook into the next half side braid and slip stitch, moving the yarn to the next stitch to begin the third petal. Following this pattern, a total of 4 petals will be crocheted. The last petal ends with a slip stitch into the first half side braid. Once the slip stitch is complete, cut the yarn. After cutting the yarn, pick up the thread from the back side at the slip stitch position. Now switch colors to start crocheting the second layer of petals. Insert the hook from the inner half loop. Pull the yarn through. First, work a chain stitch as the starting chain. After completing the starting chain, work a single crochet into the same half side braid. Into the next half side braid, work a single crochet increase. Then continue following this pattern of 1 single crochet and 1 increase as a group. Repeat this crocheting pattern a total of 6 times. Once the last group is complete, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Once the slip stitch is complete, the fourth round is finished. Next, start crocheting the 5th round by making 3 chain stitches as the starting chain. Then yarn over the hook twice, and insert into the outer half loop of the first stitch. This is the half loop closest to us. Pull the yarn through and crochet a treble crochet. After completing the treble crochet, yarn over twice again, and insert into the next half side braid. Still pick the outer half loop, and crochet another treble crochet, then yarn over 3 times and crochet a triple crochet. Next, make a picket of 2 chain stitches. Then yarn over 3 times again, still inserting into the same stitch. Crochet another triple crochet. Crochet another treble crochet. Once completed, yarn over twice again. Insert into the next half side braid, and crochet a treble crochet, 3 chain stitches, still inserting into the same stitch. Once the slip stitch is complete, 1 petal is finished. Next, insert into the next half side braid with a slip stitch. Bring the yarn to the next stitch, and the first petal is complete. Following the same technique, let's demonstrate again. Crochet 3 chain stitches as the starting chain. Yarn over twice, and insert into the same half side braid, crocheting a treble crochet. Then yarn over twice again, and insert into the next half side braid, crocheting another treble crochet. Next, 3 treble crochets. Two chain stitches for a picket. 3 treble crochets. Treble crochet. Next, insert into the next half side braid, and crochet a treble crochet. 3 chain stitches, then slip stitch in the same position. Once the slip stitch is complete, the second petal is finished. Next, insert into the next half side braid, and bring the yarn over. To crochet the next petal, repeat this pattern a total of 6 times. The last group is completed by slipping into the first half side braid. Next, cut the yarn. Pull the yarn tail to the back. Now switch colors to crochet the third layer of petals. Insert the hook into the inner half loop. The previous round, 1 petal covers 3 stitches. For this round, start by inserting into the middle stitch of any petal and begin crocheting. Bring the yarn through. Next, make a chain stitch as the turning chain. Insert the hook into the same stitch again. Crochet a single crochet into the next stitch. Crochet a single crochet increase into the next stitch. Then insert into the next stitch. Crochet a single crochet. After that, follow this pattern, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet increase, 1 single crochet. Work this 3-stitch repeat group 6 times in total. Once we finish the last group, slightly pull the loop longer. Set the main part of the flower aside for now. Next, refer to the chart and crochet a calyx. The calyx is very simple to crochet and follows a similar method to the flower. Next, we will crochet the calyx together with the flower. When crocheting, insert into the first stitch, and make a slip stitch. At the same time, pick up a stitch from the back side of the calyx and crochet a slip stitch. After completing the slip stitch, crochet 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Yarn over the hook twice, then insert into the same stitch, and crochet a treble crochet. When crocheting here, always pick up 2 stitches together to work as one. After completing the treble crochet, yarn over the hook twice and insert into the next stitch. At the same time, pick up 2 stitches and crochet another treble crochet. Next, crochet a triple crochet. After completing the triple crochet, crochet a picket of 2 chains. Yarn over the hook 3 times, insert into the next stitch, and crochet a triple crochet. Then crochet another treble crochet. After completing, yarn over the hook twice, insert into the next stitch, and crochet a treble crochet. Chain 3, then slip stitch into the same stitch. This completes the first petal. Next, slip stitch into the next stitch. This completes one pattern. Repeat. Now let's demonstrate again. Crochet 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Yarn over twice and insert into the same position. Work a treble crochet, then yarn over twice again, and insert into the next stitch. Crochet another treble crochet. Yarn over the hook 3 times and crochet a triple crochet. A picket of 2 chains. Next, insert into the next stitch, and crochet another triple crochet. Followed by a treble crochet. Then yarn over twice, and insert into the next stitch. Work a treble crochet, then chain 3. Slip stitch back into the same position. After completing the slip stitch, insert into the next stitch and slip stitch again. This completes the second pattern. Repeat. Repeat the same crochet method, a total of 6 times. The last repeat ends with a slip stitch into the first stitch of the round. Once the slip stitch is done, cut the yarn. Next, bring the yarn to the slip stitch position. And hide it into the fabric. After completing the flower, we'll now work on the center part. The first 2 rounds of the center are the same as the first 2 rounds of the main part and the calyx. When we crochet, we need to place the starting yarn tail on the right side. We don't leave yarn tails on the wrong side, because the wrong side will be facing outward, and the right side will be inward. Next, we'll work the third round, make a chain stitch, then insert the hook into the front half loop, and pull up a loop, then insert into the next front half loop, and pull up another loop. At this point, there are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops at once. This completes a single crochet decrease. Next, continue inserting into the next half loop, and pull up a loop, then into the following half loop, and work a single crochet decrease. Here, we'll work a total of 6 single crochet decreases. When crocheting, tuck the starting yarn tail inside the fabric. After completing the 6 single crochet decreases, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch of the round. Once the slip stitch is done, make another chain stitch and then cut the yarn. Next, weave the yarn tail through the fabric several times. This yarn doesn't need to be hidden very neatly, just pass it through a few times. After finishing, sew a decorative dot on top. We'll use the yarn from the third round of petals, take 2 strands, and sew with them. Next, attach the center to the middle position of the flower. Then we'll sew the lotus flower onto the main part. When sewing, we attach it to a large motif like this one, passing through from the middle position. The following steps will be done using the same crocheting and sewing method. Complete the remaining lotus flowers by crocheting and sewing them. Next, work on the small double layer flower. Hold the yarn with your left hand, wrap it around your middle finger once, then insert the hook into the loop, and make a chain stitch as the starting chain. After completing the starting chain, insert the hook into the starting loop, and work 5 single crochets. Once the 5 single crochets are done, pull the loop tight. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. After the slip stitch is done, the first round is completed. Now move on to the second round. Work 2 chain stitches as the starting chain, then insert the hook into the front loop of the first stitch, which is the half loop closest to us, and work 3 double crochets in that loop. That means working 3 double crochets in this front half loop. After completing that, work 2 chain stitches, and make a slip stitch in the same position. Once the slip stitch is done, the first petal is completed. Next, start the second petal by inserting the hook into the next half loop on the side. First, make a slip stitch. Work 2 chain stitches, yarn over, and insert the hook in the same position to work 3 double crochets. Work 2 chain stitches, then insert the hook again in the same side loop, and make 1 slip stitch. This completes the second petal. Repeat the same crocheting method, inserting the hook into the next half loop on the side to make a slip stitch, and crochet the third petal. A total of 5 petals will be crocheted. Finally, make a slip stitch in the first half loop. Once the slip stitch is done, work 1 chain stitch. When making this chain stitch, slightly enlarge the loop on the hook. Then, insert the hook into the back loop behind. Work a slip stitch, which means pulling the yarn over to the back loop. Work 3 chain stitches, then insert the hook into the next back loop, and make a slip stitch, followed by continuing with 3 chain stitches. Insert the hook into the next stitch, and make a slip stitch, repeating this pattern a total of 5 times. After completing the last set of 3 chain stitches, make a slip stitch in the first half loop. Once the slip stitch is done, bring the yarn into the first chain space. Then start crocheting the first petal by working 2 chain stitches as a turning chain. Yarn over and insert the hook into the same chain space to crochet 4 double crochets. After completing the 4 double crochets, work 2 chain stitches. Insert the hook into the same chain space, again, and make a slip stitch. Once the slip stitch is done, we have completed 1 petal. Now start the second petal by making a slip stitch into the next chain space. Work 2 chain stitches as a turning chain, then insert the hook into the same chain space, and crochet 4 double crochets. Work 2 chain stitches, then insert the hook into the same chain space, again, and make a slip stitch. Once the slip stitch is done, slip stitch into the next chain space to finish. Crochet the second petal using the same method, and repeat this for a total of 5 petals. For the 5th petal, finish with a slip stitch at the joining point of the first petal. Then cut the yarn. Bring the yarn tail through to the wrong side. Next, hide the yarn tail neatly and trim off the excess. Then sew a purl in the middle position. This completes the double layer small flower. Once it's crocheted, sew it onto the main part. When sewing, attach it to the small motif position between the 2 large motifs. Continue crocheting the double layer 3D small flowers in the same way. Complete the remaining small flowers by crocheting and sewing them together.